Hello, and welcome back to Anime Channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be talking about and watching Dororo episode 7, the reaction highlights, and then at the end I'll give a short review of the episode. I just want to give a shout out to Peter Panda. Thank you so much for being a patron and helping me to make my dreams come true. I just really want you to know that I appreciate your help, and I hope that the Patreon rewards are more than enough to make it worth it. Okay, so without further ado, let's watch the episode together, and then at the end I'll share my thoughts. Whoa! Is that another one of the demons? You should have told them that though. She's gonna be a girl. She's gonna be a woman now. She probably transformed her body. Yep.
おい、どこか悪いのか。死にそうな顔だ。とりあえずうちに来な。食い物くらい出してやれる。
まずはこいつの正気をいただくか。
じゃあ、おはぎってのはどうだ。
おはぎ？
はぎの鼻の中で寝てたろ。
なんとでも呼べ。
お前どっから来た？もしよかったら教えてくれ。
よくないから教えないよ。
ならなんであんなところで寝てたんだ？夕暮れまでには戻る。食ったら寝ててくれ。
妙な人間だね。あたいのもんに手出すんじゃないよ。
なんだなあ、あんたあれなんて書いてあるんだ？こりゃ褒美はいただきだな。
なんだ坊主、心当たりがあるのか？
あんたも褒美目当てかい？でも首突っ込まない方がいいぜ。
静まれ！手を止めてはならん。作業を続けろ。すまん、すっかり暗くなっちまった。ずっと起きてたのか？この村は採石で成り立ってるんだ。上がりが減ることを漁師は許さない。
は、人間ってのは不自由なもんだね。
ゴキかぶりだ。
なぜ逃がすんだい？
生きていることに変わりはね。
What a guy.
そんなことを言う人間に初めて会ったよ。
そして寝ろ。人間、それが一番だ。
Is she gonna fall in love? Nope, she's gonna suck out his life. Ugh. Yeah, he shared his food with you. She fell in love with him.
あんたみたいな男、初めてだよ。
Fuck.
空腹はお互い様だね。
一晩中歩いて収穫なしかよ。どこに隠れてんだ？あの雲の化け物。もう頭も回らねえ。
昨日の晩にまた人が消えて褒美が多くなった。
So it's not her?
化け物の気配もなかったのに。
Will the man who takes people away get caught? Don't worry, he won't get caught. No man of this village would snitch to the Lord no matter the reward. So like they don't want the person to be found.
毒ダミかじって夜まで木陰で横になろう。
あんた今朝はやけに早く出かけたね。まだ外は暗いのに明かりも持たず。
そっちが本業みたいなもんだ。
大変だね。
He's the man. He's the man that takes people away. Oh, okay, okay. You can't leave the village without a traveler's pass. So he's the one that takes people, that kidnaps people, but he's actually rescuing them.
私だって死ぬ気はないからね。頼むとするよ。
引き受けた。一日でも早い方がいいな。
そっちは村の出口じゃないだろ。
あっちは柵と見張りで出られねえ。抜け道はこっちだ。空が白んでくるまでの一刻でそこまで行く。
諦めて次の村へ。
おはぎ、辛ければ少し休むか。
昨日ここで会ったおっちゃん。
褒美目当ての坊主たち。
しつこいね。とどめを刺しに来たのかい、この小僧ども。
やっぱりそいつが人さらいだ。おっちゃん、そいつから離れな。干からびちまうぜ。化け物をやっつければ飯が食える。その女は化け物で人さらいなんだって。
人さらいはこの俺だ。
He's helping the people
俺が手
escape.
引きしてこの村から逃がした。
なんで化け物をかばうんだよ。
貴様が逃がしやか。手間取らせやがって。
見つけたのはオイラたちだぜ。やり方が汚ねえぜ。お前らは悪党だ。
これ以上人足に足抜けされて上がりが減ったら俺たちが始末されちまう。
Suck them dry. Oh fuck.
見逃しちゃもらえないようだね。
兄貴、ちょっとじっとしてて。
It's like I like this because oh fuck it. There's no or not no, but it's not clear who's really in the wrong here. Like it's very vague. Like he's helping them escape even though he's the kidnapper, but he's helping good people escape from a horrible fate. But the guards, if they don't do what they're doing, then their heads will be cut off. And like, okay, I'm not saying that they're good because they there are different choices that they could. I don't know how it could work, but I'm just saying like everyone has a difficult choice to make. But it is like the guards could rise up against the Lord and they could like become good. I'm sure that they're not entirely innocent. I mean, they're not. But what I'm saying is that they're not entirely guilty, not entirely innocent. And this woman or this monster, our hearts are being softened to her because she's not killing. Like she's not killing him because he shows like all life is the same. Like it's worth the same. Maybe she was hated on for being a fucking spider monster and people were trying to kill her, so she just attacked them and took their life force to, you know, save herself. I mean, if a lion is trying to attack you for food and you kill it, that's self-defense, you know? Even though the lion is just following its instinct by trying to kill you and eat you. So that's where it's very like, I like how this episode's like, there's no clear good and bad. It's like all kind of...
なんだい、怖いのかい？こうでもしなきゃ追いつかれるよ。
大丈夫だ。
じゃあ一気に行くよ。
え、
そら、
元気だな。もう俺がいなくてもどこへでも行けるだろう。
まだ山を越えられるほど力は戻ってないよ。人間は貴重な餌だからね。今まで命まで取ったことはないよ。生きてりゃ人間の生気は戻る。
そうか。これからもか。
ああ。
ならいい。
いくら兄貴でもここは登れねえだろ。あいつらの後を追うしかねえよ。行こうぜ。
水音が聞こえるだろう。水の流れに沿っていけば山の裏の沢に出られる。天然の洞窟だ。さあ、行ってくれ。
あんたも行くんだよ。
Yeah, you can't go back.
仕事がバレちまったんだから、もうここにはいられないだろう。化け物と一緒じゃ嫌かい？
おはぎ、わかった。この村で死ぬくらいならここから逃れて。
あんたみたいなおかしな人間には今後二度と出会えないだろうよ。じゃあさっさと。
漁師様に盾ついたやつの末路だ。化け物女と共にとどめを刺せ。
This is kind of where it gets interesting because you're kind of rooting for them both.
お前を死なせはしないよ。殺すのはダメだ。おはぎ、今までもこれからも。
Oh, even a monster can be good. Oh. Oh.
世の中わかんねえもんだな。でもさ、兄貴の耳が戻っててよかったよな。ならいいよ。オイラが2人分喋りまくってジメジメ気分を払ってやるさ。うわっ、クモ。ごめんよ。驚かしちまったのはオイラだな。
Now I'm never gonna want to kill a fucking bug again. What? What?
オイラだな。兄貴の最後の笑い声。でも違うんだよ。オイラの求めてる笑いは。
Oh, what a good episode after the fucking last two we had. And so the sun sets on Dororo episode 7. I think that after the last two episodes, they needed to give us just a breather before getting back to the tragedy that was Hyakimaru's life. And I guess Japan at that time in history. I really have to say that this episode was a 5 out of 5 for me. It wasn't necessarily mind-blowing, it wasn't extremely tragic or a lot of action, or like it didn't, you know, blow anyone away, but it was perfect for where we are in the series right now. We're at episode 7. I think there will be how many episodes in total? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet, it seems, but for exactly where we are in the story right now after what just happened in episode 5 and 6, this was the perfect episode to transition with from that to where we're going, wherever we're going. And just like Dororo said, I will follow Hyakimaru wherever he goes. I really just love this anime because every time I watch it, it just feels like there's nothing that I would change about it. And I really enjoyed today's episode. I explained a little bit why during the review, during the reaction. It was like, you kind of expect, oh, a spider monster. You expect, you know, hate the monster. It looked like she was killing this guy. Hyakimaru, kill her and get back. What if? I don't think she was one of those demons that had anything of him. She seemed to be like a lower demon. I don't know. And we were kind of expecting things to progress in the way that it had. You know, evil monster, killing people, Hyakimaru defeats them, helps the town, and then, you know. But in this case, it was very vague. Like, the monster wasn't killing people. She was just, you know, using them to keep surviving. In a similar but not exactly the same way. I mean, we use animals to keep ourselves alive. We kill them and slaughter them and whatnot. She doesn't even kill them. She just sucks out some of their life force and then goes about her day. To some extent, she's actually a lot better than most humans, because I understand that we're all kind of animals. We're all kind of just trying to continue preserve our species, whatever. But, you know, some species go about it in very weird and wonderful ways. And I think that a lot of humans, many humans, and I don't even think we'll realize how much we don't need to do a lot of things that we do to survive, if that makes sense. I can't really be super mad. I mean, not super mad, but you know how a lot of people get very angry about us eating meat and killing animals, and I am 100% agree that no animal needs to suffer to feed us. But at the same time, I can't agree with people who say that we're not supposed to eat meat at all when it is apparent in nature that, for example, lions kill gazelles and sometimes the gazelles suffer. But the difference is that I think that the lion doesn't on purpose, doesn't make the gazelle suffer on purpose. That we can do things differently. A lion can't do anything differently. He can only chase the gazelle, bite it, and eat it. And like, they don't torture, even though the gazelle can suffer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereas we do. I don't do things because I don't have a fucking chicken farm. I'm just saying that there are ways that we can do things differently without compromising our humanity. I think what makes us different is the fact that, you know, we can realize when we're causing something to suffer or when we're doing something that's wrong, that we can, you know, change. Like something, I don't know how to explain. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, about the review, let's talk about the episode and not about people versus. Although most of the episode did kind of have that message, didn't it? Like the guy not wanting to kill even a cockroach, Dororo at the end who didn't want to kill the spider. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'll just stop killing bugs now, but I definitely know that I'll think twice about whether I need to or not. I don't know if you guys have ever watched this movie called I Origins. I watched it like 3 years ago or something, and there was the scientist guy that was dating this model girl. I don't know if she was a model, but she was this very arty girl, and he told her that he doesn't believe in God, and he showed her like some of his, I don't know, he was working with earthworms or something, and he said that, and she said to him, like, these earthworms, they don't have sight, they don't have sound, they don't perceive us at all, like they can't, like we're them as humans, but they have control over these earthworms' life, and you can chop one's head off and they wouldn't even know. Like to them it would be some kind of mysterious force. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she said, like, what if we're the earthworms for some kind of god above us, you know? And it's a scary thought. It's scary to think about, because then God isn't as loving and kind, and like God could be just another human with self-interest and all that kind of stuff. Like, doesn't really care about us. Maybe God cares as long as we are cute, or, you know, whatever. Like earthworms, like or a cockroach. We'd kill a cockroach easily, but we wouldn't kill a bunny. So we're kind of like this god. Even though bunnies can see us, it's not the same kind of concept that an earthworm, we are to an earthworm, because earthworms can't really perceive us. I don't know. I'm talking under correction about the movie. But like, we can impose our will upon animals, and as long as they're, you know, cute and cuddly, we wouldn't kill them. But as long as we need to, like, you, cockroach, kill it. Oh, we need to eat this cow to live, kill it. Like, imagine there's something up there, some human, how we are as humans to earthworms, something like that to us that we can't perceive, but it's still there, and it can impose its will upon us depending on what it needs. So I think you can take that in one of two ways. You can either see, like, you can either be scared and angry and hate the world and be paranoid about everything, or lose all hope for, like, what does life even mean if I could just be killed tomorrow, da 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 da. Or it can just be a very humbling experience where you can just say, well, there might be a God, there might not. I might be killed tomorrow, I might not, but I have this life now. I can just take every day as it comes, you know, plan ahead but not hold on to anything. It just, I feel like you can choose how you see it, and I choose to I've never seen it this way before, but after like this episode and thinking about it now, I actually realize like it's a very humbling experience, and we worry about so many things, and actually it's so pointless, and it's just like, what are we really? We can only do what we can with what we have from where we are, you know? And yeah, I really like this episode because of that, because it makes you think about that kind of stuff, and it makes you see that not all monsters are monsters, and some monsters, although they are monsters, and I'm talking about the humans in the story now, the guards that were chasing the spider and the lady, and even though they are monsters, sometimes they don't have a choice or make the best choice that they can, which, I mean, those guards were going to be killed if they didn't keep doing what they were doing. Yes, they could rebel against the Lord, and but that's what I'm saying, like, they had a choice, but they just didn't make the best, most humane or moral choice, but they made a choice. And it's just scary that sometimes you're on the receiving end of bad things, but I don't think we should, it's never on purpose. It's just sometimes it happens, and you just have to make, like that guy, he never felt angry. It's like he didn't want to kill the guards. He just helped people escape and wanted to escape himself with the spider lady. Like it was like he didn't harbor any. It was just like, life. This is life. Life is life, and all lives are equal. And we just make our choices, and I think that's why there's this concept of God as this judgment bringer, because it forces people almost to try and choose good over bad. Or, one religion's concept of good over bad, because otherwise if people realize that there's no God and they don't have to do good deeds and be good people, what if they then choose to just be bad? And I think that religion is can be used to an extent to make the world a better place, but so often the religious leaders or people in positions of religious power, they use religion as a tool not to make people good in general, but to make sure that the people benefit them, and they kind of eventually they're the gods in their own life, and they use people to make sure that they're safe, and that you know what I'm saying, like how it's a very deep conversation, and I don't really know how to put it simply, but some people make sure that other people are the evil ones, and if you're not in our religion, you're bad, because it's an easier way to control. If you have a common enemy, people can band together and become really strong. And I think that's what religion sometimes does. It makes sure that there's a common enemy, so that these people have something to fight against, because when you have something to fight against, you become much stronger and more willing to utilize your tools to protect this group that you're a part of, and therefore the others are all bad. And that's how wars and stuff start, but at the end of the day, both groups just really want to be safe and want to have enough food to eat, want to have a house, and be safe, and want love and stuff. The conversation hasn't really been about the episode, but this is the kind of things that this anime makes me think about, and I really love that. So, review. How did this episode make me feel? Everything that I just explained, I feel that's how it made me feel. I think that represents, it's like just like, it made me feel like humble and appreciative for, life and everything. So I guess that's how it made me feel. How it made me feel. Second question, what stood out to me the most? I think my own perception of the characters, like I was so suspicious of this woman and this monster, and like what, and then I was like, oh wait, but no, but you know how that kept changing. My judgments on these characters kept changing. Like I was very suspicious of her, and then this guy came and he kind of like changed her, and then I was like, oh, you're being an idiot, but then he actually really, his ignorance almost helped her, not helped her. She was already not a bad person. She wasn't killing people, but she saw life in a different way. And then the guards to me were the guards. And then throughout the anime, it changed, and I saw the guards as they're the bad guys. But then the guy said our heads would be chopped off if we don't do this. And then I kind of just understood them, even though I don't think they're good people. I just understood them in a way. So it was just like how my judgment, I kept judging these people, not in a bad way, but because you have to understand someone, you have to judge them to like, when you meet someone new, they could possibly be your friend, but to some extent you need to judge what kind of person they are, because you need to do I want this kind of person in my life? Do I want to invest time and love and, you know, all that kind of stuff into this relationship? So you have to judge people to some extent, and I think that just really stood out to me in this episode, because I had this judgment switch, and I kept looking at these characters and trying to summarize them and who they are and what role they're playing in this anime. But, you know, just like we have to judge people and see what role they're going to play in our lives, you know. So I feel like judging people and judging characters is not necessarily wrong, but as long as your judgment is not final, as long as you can understand that your judgment can be wrong and that you're willing to, you know, change it, and you know, if you judge someone wrongly, you can just tell them. If I judge someone wrongly and we end up being like really good friends, I would tell them like, this is how I felt, and actually you're such an amazing person. So it's not so bad to judge. What's the problem is when we judge and then that's it, and we treat people based on our judgment, and we're not willing to change that judgment. That's the difficult part. Okay, that's how the episode made me feel, and that is what stood out to me during this episode the most. Thirdly, I already said I'm giving this episode a 5 out of 5 little Dororos. Oh, and I want to say something that's spoilery. So thank you for watching. You can leave now if you don't want it. It's a very small spoiler. I don't think it has an impact on the story, but it's still something that you might not want to know. So thank you for being here, and I'll give you 5 seconds to click out if you don't want to hear it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you're still here, that means you want to hear this. And I did talk about it before, but I'm pretty sure now Dororo is a girl. People have told me this, so I'm almost 100% sure. I'm not, but I'm still putting this as spoiler because I didn't figure it out. Someone told me. So yeah, I think Dororo is a girl who is probably traveling as a boy to protect herself or whatever. But I don't think will have any big impact on the story, but it might still have a reveal moment where we find out Dororo is a girl. I don't know if the story will choose to address it. But yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. But it doesn't change how I see the story or how I've seen anything. I just wanted to point that out, that I think that Dororo is a girl, and I don't know how you guys feel about that, or did anyone notice. I'm looking forward to episode 8 as always, and I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching with me, and don't forget to share your comments in the comment section down below. Bye!